Hey guys, I'm Yogini. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about why motivation is actually not the key to success. And I know, before you come after me, let me explain. So motivation is a part of success. It is not the determining factor of success. Understandably, it is a really key part, but there is also another part, and that other part is the plan, the strategy, and the execution of the plan that will get you to success. And so if you're relying on motivation alone, it's not going to help you. I feel like, is the biggest myth to believe that motivation is the key to success. And that's because, like, let me give you an example. Let's say you're trying to lose like 10 pounds for a wedding next month. Well, first of all, you started too late. Second of all, you're going to need a very rigorous plan, and you need to be very disciplined in order to get to lose 10 pounds the next month, right? So you can't just wake up on a Sunday morning and be like, I'm gonna lose those 10 pounds. And then the next 2 days, you're feeling really hungry and you want ice cream and you want sugar and you have all these cravings. Well, you're gonna cave into those cravings because motivation doesn't last that long. It is like emotional bursts. It comes and goes, right? And some days, like, you're gonna not feel as motivated to get up and go to the gym, or like your body's gonna hurt and you're gonna be sore, and then you're gonna make excuses, right? And so that's why motivation is not the answer, but consistency and being perseverant is, right? So you can have, so to lose those 10 pounds, yes, you need the motivation, but two, you need to have a plan. You need to have a set workout routine that you're going to follow to the T no matter what, and you're going to need to have a disciplined mindset in order to eat right? So the biggest thing about trying to lose weight is not actually going to the gym. It's the fact that you can't have some things that you really crave, right? And so you need to make sure that you have that plan set in place and that you make sure to follow through with that plan. And that's where the motivation comes in. That's when you remind yourself again and again that, hey, my goal is 10 pounds this month, right? And so I need to forget any sugar cravings I have, anything like any junk food that I'm craving, and anything that goes off of this plan that I've already built for myself, right? Now, let's talk about what to rely on instead. So, like I had already said, motivation is a part of it, and then the plan is the other part. The plan is like the system that you have in place. And a really good quote to kind of hammer this concept in is by James Clear. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. And so if you're not motivated enough to get to your goals, then you're going to fall back to the system that you have in place in order to make sure that you meet those goals. And so when you say that you're going to lose like 10 pounds in a month, then you're going to make sure that you have a system in place in order to get there. And that having that system in place is not enough as well. And the second thing is that you need to be disciplined, okay? You can't just get up for 3 days and like complete your fitness routine in the mornings and then, do everything from the plan, and then day 4 and 5, you're just like, I don't feel like it, I don't want to do it, and then so you don't do it, and then it goes downhill from there. Well, you didn't have the motivation. One, the motivation didn't last. Two, the system that you said that you were going to stick to, it's not that the system failed, it's that you didn't want to follow the system. And so you got to make sure to have that discipline in order to follow your system. And that requires an identity shift. And so you can't just have like a mindset of, okay, like I'm gonna check my weight like every day and see if I've lost anything. Well, first of all, that's a really bad habit to have when you're trying to, reduce weight, because your body fluctuates in water weight. You may gain muscle mass, like things like that. And so solely relying on the weight that's on your scale is not enough. And so you should find other methods to test that, and not as frequently. So like maybe you check your waist measurements or like your body measurements, like with tape, at the beginning of your diet or and fitness routine. And then maybe like every 2 weeks you check, or 2 weeks or 1 week, your call, you check how like far you've progressed by taking measurements. And if you don't see any progress, you can adjust your system slash plan in order to make sure that you meet your goals. Or maybe you need to take a step back and be like, 10 pounds in a month is kind of crazy, right? And it's okay to be a little bit under the goal because, you ran out of time and you started late. And so, yeah, I really do believe that you need an identity shift, you need discipline, and you need to have a system in place in order to be successful in whatever endeavor that you're taking. There's one other thing that I wanted to talk about, being on the topic of like dieting slash weight loss, accountability, right? When you have a partner or when you have someone that holds you accountable for your goals, then that makes you more motivated to keep going. So like if you have a workout partner and you say that you're going to meet at the gym at 6 a.m. in the morning every single day, you better show up, right? Like you are honestly kind of pulled out of bed to like, okay, I'm gonna, like my friend is waiting on me, like let me get up and go to the gym, right? And meet her or him there. And so accountability is really key. And another thing is your environment. So if you're one of these people that have these bursts of motivation, but they're not consistent, then you're going to need to change your environment to reflect your like desire slash the goal that you want to get to. So have some motivational quotes, have a vision board. A vision board helps a lot because whenever you look at the vision board, you realize that these are my goals, this is what I want, and I'm going to get it, right? And another key thing that you can do is literally visualize yourself already having that success, like having met that goal of, let's say, the weight loss. Imagine yourself like being in crop tops or like being in that perfect wedding dress that you had wanted to get, like wanted to fit into. That's the reason why you started your whole journey, right? And so things like that are going to really help you when you have those cravings of, oh, I kind of just like want to have a cake because it's my friend's birthday, and like, you can't just like cave in. You gotta stay strong, have discipline, make sure that your mindset's in place, and make sure that you are following the system that you created for yourself in order to not fail. And that's why, after this long spiel, this is why I believe that motivation is amazing, it's great, but it literally only lasts just in the few bursts that we have. It's like when you're at like at a nice event, and there's like a motivational speaker. They do their talk for like an hour and you feel super hyped and super motivated, but then you like leave the room and you're back to your normal life, right? And that's how motivation is. It's like, yeah, it's great in the time, but if you don't follow through with it, then it doesn't really help you, right? And so that's why you need all these systems in place. And so I hope this video has helped you guys in kind of shift your mindset around why like motivation is important, but it's not the only thing to success. And if you disagree with me, let me know. If you agree with me and this resonated with you, let me know that in the comments as well. And I'll see you next time. So thank you guys. Bye.